Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Alexi Outs here. Saturday morning, we're doing Saturday Share the Love Club, and we're sharing the love for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. His birthday is next Saturday, but I'll be busy doing a reaction to a summer league game, so we won't celebrate his birthday next Saturday. We're going to celebrate a week early and let SGA have a whole week of birthday starting today. He's the champ. He's the MVP. He's the best player in the NBA, so he deserves it. So let's give SGA a whole birthday week, and we'll kick off the festivities today with a Saturday Share the Love Club for our champion of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Fantastic player. The picture for today's stream, in some ways, is a message. Yeah, look at the picture of SGA that's for this stream that I picked. He's going like this, right? He's going like this. Who did that pose before? Famously in the middle of a game before. That's a Jordan pose. The Jordan pose where he's kind of just putting his arms like, did I do that? Like Urkel, Steve Urkel. Did I do that? That's what that pose is. It's like Michael Jordan saying, did I do that? And SGA mimicking Michael Jordan. And not just mimicking him with this pose, but mimicking him as a player in the league and how he carries himself and leading scorer of the NBA and being top dog and kicking so much ass, being the unstoppable player, being the guy that is graceful in athletics and body control and how he attacks the basket and trying to score. This guy is amazing. He's put in the work, he's put in the discipline, and he is Jordan-esque. There's things that as SGA does that gotten closer to Michael Jordan than anybody else in the league, honestly, ever in the history since Michael Jordan. And it's awesome to see. Some of it is getting hit and finishing still. Some of it is a very, very strong confidence that I am going to hit these shots and I'm going to carry my team and I'm going to win. Some of it is an unbridled passion to compete and win and succeed. And that's something that is rare in today's NBA player. I'm going to say that right now. A lot of these jokers just showing up to get the bag and get their name and face on TV. They don't really care about actually winning. They do. They say they do. It's lip service. In some ways, it's like I have these guys. Of course, they're going to say, I want to win championships in the NBA. But some of them just say seriously in contention to get a championship. Because honestly, they half-ass their lives. They half-ass the way that they do things. But we know something about Shai. Shai does not half-ass his life. He's consistent. Consistent. That's his word, consistency. Every single day, he's doing things the same way. And it's working. Obviously, it works. Whatever you're doing, Gilgeous-Alexander, keep doing it. You're winning at life, winning in family, winning in basketball. Yeah, you're winning, bro. You are winning. And, shame on you, NBA, if you shy away from Shai to put on display as the face of the league. Shame on you. Just because what? He's Canadian? Oh, my gosh. Come on now. He's such a good role model for the youth. Seriously, that's one of the things about if I could be like Mike, I want to be like Mike. If I could be like Mike, well, people want to be like Mike. And he wasn't a horrible role model for the most part. The dirty, dark parts of him were hidden well enough that you didn't know about. The asshole in practice. You didn't know about the gambling deviance. You didn't know about most of that for the most part. But you looked at Michael and you saw steady excellence. You saw dedication to the top-notch effort and being absolutely the best. And you can't, not everybody can be the best, Clyde Drexler. Not everybody can be the best, Patrick Ewing. No, Michael Jordan had to be the best in his era. And in some ways, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is ready to do that in his era. Yeah, he's ready right now. It's going to be amazing. I salute you. NBA champion, NBA MVP, NBA Finals MVP, NBA scoring champion, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Team Canada basketball of the Oklahoma City Thunder. You're an amazing, amazing player, and I'm proud that you are Canadian. Yes, I am. Hamilton, Ontario, be proud. Toronto, Ontario, be proud. All of Canada, be proud. And happy early birthday to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I want to share the love for him. I wanted to take note, and I wanted to officially say today that the greatest Canadian basketball player of all time is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as of the championship last month. Yeah. I mean, Steve Nash did not get a championship. He got 2 MVPs, which is very impressive. Don't get me wrong. Steve Nash is an exemplary human being, an amazing person. I know. I've met him in person. He's a very, very nice man, very cool dude. But I'm sorry, Steve. Your time in your reign as being the greatest Canadian basketball player ever is up. It's just the truth. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has taken that crown, and I expect him to build on it at this point. You know, the nature of the Oklahoma City Thunder and the genius of Sam Presti and having the window of the young guys like this, well, they have a little bit of a bigger window than most of the other teams to try and chase championships because they've got such a young team and that they're on the rookie contracts for right now. But there's going to change, and this window will get shortened at some point. But yeah, this will be what I talk about tomorrow on the Sunday special report. We're going to be talking about how the windows for the teams in the NBA have changed for championships. It's not the same thing right now. And it's a very different world in the NBA to compete for championships. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Sunday special report. I hope you'll join me 9:30 a.m. on Sunday with a report on championship windows. Yeah, it's an interesting subject right now. A lot of people are talking about this right now. But I'll save my shot for that for tomorrow. Let's check in with the chat and see what you guys are saying. SGA all the way. Let's go. MVP. Happy early birthday. This is a week before his birthday. His birthday is a week from today, y'all. It will be next week on Saturday. SGA's birthday. We're going early. That's right. Trevor Jason first. Commissioner of Fun. What you got to say today? No, nobody's perfect. We make mistakes. We stay around things. We do not. We stay around things. We do around things. We fall. We get up. We learn we grow. We move on. We live. There you go. There you go. Yeah. You know, some people say if you're not making mistakes, you're not trying hard enough. Some people say if you don't make any mistakes, you won't get anywhere and learn. Yeah, these are all true. You have to be not afraid to make mistakes, but in some ways you need to calculate the mistakes and try to lessen them and maybe have a safety net and stuff like that. But it's true. Nobody's perfect. And if you're judging other people like you're perfect, well, you're wrong. That's what it is right there. Thank you, Trevor J, for your words of wisdom and your daily guidance on this channel. I appreciate you. He's saying that SGA is a bad man. That one of the best players in the modern NBA today. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a debate. It's a strong debate between Nikola and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Sure, Nikola's got certain stats and certain accomplishments. 3-time MVP. Man, and the dude is very much a crazy, crazy stat machine. But in some ways, it's like, you know, that is that impressive from a man the man's size? Sure, I guess the passing and some of the interesting things that Nikola can do. But to me, it's kind of more impressive that there's a skinny, wiry guy named Shai Gilgeous-Alexander that's such a wizard on the court as far as, well, they call him a foul merchant. But as Scotty said on his Twitch this summer, he's not he's getting fouled. It's all rightful, the calls. This is not a special treatment. In some ways, SGA is smart and he knows how to do it. Sure, you can call it foul baiting. Sure, you can call it foul merchant. Well, yeah, he does have he's in the merchant class of getting free throw attempts. But it's not a bad thing. In some ways, that's just hating when you say that. You know, the referees aren't going to give him extra free throws and fouls just because of who he is. No, in some ways, I get it. That's the old way it used to be with LeBron and Michael. But this guy's actually actively going into the people that are guarding him and drawing the fouls correctly. That's what Scotty said. That's what Scotty said. Scotty Barnes on his Twitch. He said, SGA is not a foul merchant, guys. He's going in and initiating the contact, and he deserves the fouls. That is the truth. You know, in some ways, he can present his arms in a very specific way where the defender will hit them and the ref will see it, wide open eyes, and he goes to the free throw line. You know, the allegations about him being a free throw merchant, well, in some ways they're fair because he does go to the free throw line a lot and he does deal a lot in free throw transactions like a merchant would. But you have to understand there's no black market here. There's no under the table dealings. This is all on the up and up. And these transactions where he gets the free throw line as a free throw merchant, well, they're all legal. They're not illegal or suspicious, any of that. No, 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 no. Don't you allegate on our guy SGA about free throw merchant. This is all legit. I've not only got the opinion from Scott on Twitch this summer, but from Terrence Ross also. Terrence Ross watching the playoffs earlier this year and saying, guys, listen, I'm sick of everybody saying that SGA is a free throw merchant and he doesn't deserve those free throws. The man is good. He's getting those free throws the right way. I'm telling you right now. And that's Terrence Ross, former NBA player and dunk champion and Toronto Raptor. And, the player is going to know better whether there's a free throw merchant or not. If there's hate towards him, I'm sure there'll be people in the league that are other team players that say, yeah, he's a total free throw merchant. He's always baiting and stuff like, man, you're just being a hater and a loser because you lost to him. That's what that is. I know it. I can see right through it. Other people are saying, Terrence Ross ain't playing no more. He ain't got no reason to be upset about this or get upset. Terrence Ross says it. He's like, he's earning them. It's not a free throw merchant. I'll believe the guys who played in the game, like Scotty and Terrence, the guys who have played in the NBA level. They're going to tell me that Gilgeous-Alexander is deserving of his free throw trips. Okay, then it's a done deal. I'm going to go by their opinion over Joe Schmo on Reddit or a hating ass Nuggets fan or something like that. I will. I'll go over with Terrence and Scotty. They know what they're talking about. It's interesting. Shai Gilgeous, in some ways, picked up some energy from the Raptors championship. Let me just hang on with me for a second. I just want to do a little Winders thing. The Raptors win a championship in 2019, led by Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard decides that he wants to take his services to L.A. because Uncle Dennis told him to. He has all this championship energy that he took from the Raptors and took to L.A. And he's like, I have a demand, L.A., Lawrence Frank and Steve Ballmer and Doc Rivers. You must get Paul George for me to be here. I have to be here with Paul George. I'm sorry. And Russell. Get Russell too. All right. We'll try and see what we can do. If you don't, I'm going to stay in Toronto. You have to get Paul George if you want me in the Clippers. Well, they got on the phone. They called Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City, what do you want for Paul George? Well, we like your rookie, Gilgeous-Alexander. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, and we want some first-round picks, too. Whoa, 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 whoa. 4 first-round picks and SGA for Paul George just to appease Uncle Dennis and Kawhi Leonard? Yeah, we'll do it. Wait, what? You really will? You serious? You'll do it? Yeah, we'll do it because we really want Kawhi in L.A. It's going to be such a magnificent thing. He's a champion right now. He's a finals MVP for the Raptors. We stole him. And we got to get him for sure. So we need Paul George no matter what. So, yeah, we'll trade you Gilgeous-Alexander and a bunch of first-round picks. What? Okay, yeah. All right, do it. In some ways, the championship mojo and energy of Kawhi Leonard from the Toronto 2019 championship was transferred in that trade through Paul George coming here into SGA and going to Oklahoma City. Yeah. And what happened in the Clippers since then? They got hurt. They were old. They looked stupid. They didn't work. They failed in the playoffs. They tried things with James Harden. They did all kinds of stupid shit. And Kawhi Leonard ain't done jack shit since he left Toronto. Nothing. I've been rooting for you too, Claw. I wanted you to do shit. But you, man, it's so sad. You need Dr. Alex more than you need Uncle Dennis. You jerk. You should have realized that at the time. You need Dr. Alex more than you need Uncle Dennis or Jonathan Castleberry. You need them. Dr. Alex. That's right. So SGA, what does he do? He goes to Oklahoma City and builds a championship team over 5-6 years. Yep. He builds it up as a young leader, builds it, blossoms into one of the best players in the league, like I've been talking about already. And yeah, what did you get, Clippers? You don't even have Paul George on your team anymore. What a waste. So yeah, in some ways, I like to think that the Raptors championship energy, which went with Kawhi in some ways to LA, went right out the door as soon as he showed up because he demanded Paul George be there. And that championship energy went to a kid from Toronto. In some ways, it's ironically, fate, karma working out in balance. You know, Kawhi, you're gonna turn your back on the country of Canada. You're gonna turn your back after Kawhi and dying. You're gonna turn your back on a country that's ready to anoint you king of the North and laud you for the rest of your life, and you're not even gonna embrace that. You are a sad, pathetic idiot. And all of your advice you took from Uncle Dennis, man, he led you astray, bro. Just like Ace Bailey got led astray. Just like Ace. I'm just saying. I mean, in some ways, it's like you're stupid. And you know what? Injustice is served that a Toronto man takes your mojo, your championship mojo, and runs with it and gets a chip this year. Yeah. What happened? The Clippers ain't won since that trade, but Oklahoma City has now, as of this year. So yeah, it's only fitting that a Canadian, a guy from Toronto, gets that energy of the championship and it goes to him. If it ain't going to be Toronto and you're going to take it away from us, well, it went to a Torontonian. And that man is in champion, and he's the man of my subject of my stream today. That's right. Share the love for SGA, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. That's right. You're going to go, Kawhi. You're going to find out a tough lesson, a lesson of sadness, a lesson of, well, what could have been in my career and my legacy of who I will be remembered as. Well, you're going to be remembered as a broke ass who turned his back on a repeat that he could have got with Toronto in the bubble. But that's all right. Hindsight's 2020, and in some ways, you should have fired your Uncle Dennis. That's it right there. Boom goes the dynamite. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying this morning. I love it. I love it. I love it. Trevor J saying the NBA Summer League today starts. It's going to be Spurs versus Heat at 4:30 p.m. That's right. So we can get a little bit of Dylan Harper, Carter Bryant action going up against, well, who did the Heat even get? I don't even remember who they drafted. But yeah, probably Kelly Ware will be playing in that game from last year. You know, the Heat are in a weird place. They're not totally decided what they're going to be. There is still a chance they may pick up somebody like Lillard or something. They do need to get somebody for Jimmy Butler's vacancy. Kyle Lowry's left that team in the last couple of years too. There are real holes in the team for the Miami Heat. I'm also hearing about a weird trade where Andrew Wiggins goes to the Lakers. I don't know if that was an official trade or not, but Lakers get Andrew Wiggins, and they're sending like Dalton Connect and another player from the Heat to the Heat from the Lakers. Dalton Connect trade gonna go through this time? That poor guy. Oh my gosh, Lakers. You know what? They're doing you a favor. Don't feel upset about this, Dalton, that they keep trying to trade you. You don't want to be on the Lakers. Just trust me as a young player. They're doing you a favor. Seriously, don't feel like they're doing you wrong. Nako's here. Good to see Nako the Nacho. My good friend Gerald Mayhew. Y'all, if you are in Toronto and you see a comedy marquee with the name Gerald Mayhew on it, that's Nako. And he might be doing stand-up in there. And you might want to go hear his jokes. The man's funny. All right, let's see what he's saying. Working 8 to 4. Haven't been able to tune in. Excited for Mamu. Yeah, so he likes the Sandro. Acquiring Sandro. Sandro showing up in Toronto this week, and it's all love, man. I love this so much. Let's go look at the Instagram since Gerald brought it up. First, we got Coach Andrew Jones, who's got a cool picture of him with Ulrich Shamshay and one of the assistant coaches and his son. And it's like grateful for these moments. The next generation's always watching. Yeah, Shamshay is going to be something this year, guys. I can already tell the energy around him is different. It's more confident. It's stronger. And I think he's ready to bust out this year. Seriously. I'll make a prediction right now. Shamshay is going to be a rotation player, and he's going to do really well for us this year, guys. He's going to do really, really well because he's listening and he's ready to bust it open. I'm telling you right now. So, yeah, cool to see Shamshay at the OVO Center with Coach Andrew Jones and his son. Ava be hooping. Yeah, she's really hooping. And I'm going to say this right now. I've been watching Andrew Jones's Instagram stories for a couple months now this summer. And Ava's grown a little bit. I mean, Andrew, I don't know what your little wall in your house where you check your children's heights are, but I think you need to go in and measure her again because I think she's grown at least an inch or two right here. She may be wearing bigger shoes, but she's looking like she's taller than just like in the last month. She's having a growth spurt. So, yeah, Ava be hooping, Ava be growing. I'm pretty sure, Andrew, if you go and check her, she's going to be up there a little bit more. Zach Edey celebrating this 4th of July down in the States. He's putting off major fireworks. Just stay the fuck back from it, Jack. We don't need you getting in a hand injury. Some stupid. because he's firing off the professional ones. He shot off one that went way up in the air, way up in the air. It was a mortar, and it blew up like a regular fireworks. So be careful, Zach. Seriously, bro. I don't care about playing for the Grizzlies. I care about playing for Team Canada. Yeah. Broke baby stunner. Eugene Omoruyi's got LeBron on blast. I'm not sure what he's saying there. The Skelly boys, and they've got their watches, and they're on a boat, and they're just being cool dudes. So Eugene, live your best life. Live your best life, Omoruyi. Orlando Robinson celebrating his summer league game from 2 years ago. Orlando in summer league got this stat line, guys: 36 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks in the 2023 summer league 2 years ago. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff. Of course, he was playing for Miami in the summer league at that point. Kelly Olynyk is foodieing, eating the food. It looks like some weird fried chicken, some sort of mac and cheese, and maybe some sort of salad. I don't know. He likes it. He's got hey, I'm a little sus on it. I'm just going to say that. I'm a little sus on it. Jonathan Mobo is putting on blast the moves like Jagger, because last year they had a clip of the Raptors dancing, and some fans are thinking this is this year. You can tell that's from last year, fans, because Jacoby's hair is still there. Thing with Jacoby with long hair is rookie season, and you'll know the time capsule by Jacoby's hair. Everything in his first year will have the big hair. Everything in his second year is going to be shaved like close. So just so y'all know, you can tell where it was. Some fans are mistaking this dance clip that they did last summer for this summer. And some idiots are coming in there saying, oh, this is why their vibes suck and all this stuff, and saying dumb stuff like fire the coach. But no, this is fun that they did the moves like Jagger thing. And it was a cool little fun clip. And there ain't nothing wrong with this. This is getting rhythm. And people noticing RJ's got rhythm. Jacoby's got some rhythm. Some of the other guys, not so much. Let's just put it that way. Not so much some of the other guys. Yeah, happy 4th of July. Jonathan was out on the boat down in South Florida. Jesus is King, and there's the fireworks going off. He posted. And you know what? Scotty's with him because he's posting the same view from the same boat. So good to see that Jonathan and Scotty were together for 4th of July last night, enjoying the fireworks together. And I'm presuming they're off the coast of Florida near Palm Beach. So yeah, Jared Roden was on a boat yesterday, taking off, and there's American flag on the back of it. And well, in some ways, it's like he's peacing out, man. In some ways, he's on his way away from the Raptors. I'm sad about that to a degree, but that's just the way it is. It's a business, and you get your shots and your times, and it's tough, man. It's really hard to bust in and carve out your role and be on a team for a long time like Chris Boucher. It's just really, really, really hard. It's not easy. Sandro posting his welcome from the Raptors. Sandro Mama Luca Viscelli. I know I'm going to say that wrong. So I'm just going to say Sandro Mamu. Yeah, Sandro's got the dinosaur with the checkered flag. I love to see that he feels like there. And there's a picture of him with RJ in high school at Montverde. And it's like back to it still is what he's saying. And there's a picture of RJ with Sandro over his back and pointing at the camera. It's pretty cool, actually. You see how young RJ is, and Sandro also. So don't underestimate the power of old friends reuniting. And in some ways, this is a great connection because it'll make Sandro feel more a part of the team right away, having a good friend like RJ Barrett on the team. And man, RJ's got to be having fun. He gets to play with IQ. He gets to play in Toronto. He gets to play with Sandro. He gets to play with AJ. He's got to be having fun. Seriously. I love when we stack people with connections on our team. And Sandro is a connection to RJ. And there's a very strong friendship there. And that's going to be fun. In some ways, Sandro is very excited about playing for us, partly because of RJ, guys. We have to remember that. Yeah. Let's see what else he's saying. He made a little special message to the San Antonio Spurs organization. Thank you for accepting me for who I am, always supporting me, and for giving me the opportunity to be a Spur. San Antonio has helped me become a better man on and off the court. I'll be grateful for the city and the organization. Mamu out. There you go. Classy. And honestly, I wouldn't expect anything less from a player. If he's been somewhere before us and he wants to express something, I'm not hating on that. That's classy. And it shows that he's loved and he loves the fans back. And he's going to do the same thing with Toronto Raptors Nation too, guys. Watch. That's right. There he is with the Georgia jersey getting printed on. So yeah, he's a proud player for FIBA's Georgia team. And yeah, Sandro, we welcome to the international city of Toronto. That's right. Vin Bagnani has got a picture of him on a boat somewhere, paddle boat, I guess. And there's some nice legs on there too. Yikes, man. Yeah, Vin's always living a good life, man. Assistant coach Vin, you go. There's a picture of him with from like 99 to 2025. That's like 26 years later. Let me see these guys. Looks like they may be the siblings. I'm not totally sure. There's Vin. Okay, Vin with hair from 26 years ago. He's a pretty. He looks like a pretty cool dude from back then. I don't know. He kind of has Adam Sandler vibes. He kind of has Adam Sandler vibes, like the Hanukkah song or all the stupid songs he used to do on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, that's cool, Vin. That's cool, man. It's cool, man. Elijah Martin was he's down south too, because I see some palm trees. He's off the coast of Florida. Yeah, and he's just taking in the views there. Let's see. Norman Powell has got this quote from Kobe Bryant today. The fact of the matter is, I'm still trying to get better. There you go, Kobe Bryant. Yeah, Norman's not stopping, man. It's funny because I was reviewing the bubble playoff stuff that we did for the Kensington Variety Show and how much Norman was such a big player in the bubble, along with Serge and Pascal and Kyle and OG. It's really kind of interesting, to watch the old episodes and see just how much Norman was helping us too in Orlando during the bubble. So yeah, Norman, you're awesome, man. I understand your grind and keep grinding. You keep going. Jameson Battle putting on blast. Tyler Wall. He's got highlights from playing overseas. It looks like he didn't play in college. So I have no idea who that guy is. He's probably just a friend of his from university or something. Colin Murray Boyles is at South Carolina University's arena, Colonial Life Arena for the Gamecocks. So he's checking in yesterday around 10 to 3 on the court down there. This is the calm before the storm. Once again, all these players are spread out in different places as far as our rookies and our summer league team. They're getting their break, but they're about to go into it, man. There'll be some breaks between summer league and everything in the regular season, but they're going to start getting into it. And the other thing is a lot of the players that aren't in summer league will be going to Vegas too. Watch. That they like to do it because Vegas is such a fun event. Like there's a lot of networking. They get to see business people. They get to see other players and other people. They get to hang out with the new players on their team. They get to go to the Wynn Casino ballroom and work out with the summer league team. So, Scotty, Jonathan's going to be there anyway. Scotty, RJ, Manuel, a lot of those guys will show up and be in Vegas next week, even though they're not on the summer league team, but they'll be practicing as a whole team with the summer league team. And part of it is that these guys just really enjoy the summer league event. The whole week of festivities and events that are going on is a lot of fun to current NBA players that even if they're not in the summer league roster, they'll go. And a lot of the guys will be there. Watch. Trevor J, you better be watching out for them. Manuel Quickly was on a boat yesterday too, and I think he was off the coast of Florida also. I don't know if he was with Scotty though and Jonathan, but they were jumping in the water, the Manuel and his crew. So yeah, I think Kangu is with them and a bunch of his old close friends. Yeah, the big guy at the end, boy, he really made a big splash right there. There's RJ welcoming Sandro. Very, very happy about this. And he's the one who originally posted the picture of him and Sandro at Montverde with the way they look then. It's so crazy and goofy. They look so young. They really do look very young there. So Bruno Fernando in the gym working out hard. Let's go, Angolan. That's right. There's AJ Lawson back at the dressing room of the Raptors saying, love the work. Yeah, AJ, listen, AJ is not getting anything for sure yet. He understands the assignment. He has to go above and beyond and continue to push and show and grow and be a badass if he's going to make the Raptors team this year. There's no guarantee, literally, on his contract. And in some ways, AJ's got to distinguish himself in Summer League and in training camp so that he can be on the regular Raptors roster for this season. In some ways, there could be a sad decision made right before the season with AJ Lawson. So it is time for work, man, because you need to go get it. And I'm rooting for you, kid from Brampton. I really am. I really do want to see you on the Raptors this year. I guess Scotty and Jack were filming some more Google commercials. They've been doing the Google commercials, sitting behind the desk and reacting to people in real life doing weird things, like foul on the play on the streetcar because you took a picture and there's a person in it you didn't like. So you got to take the person out with your Google Pixel camera. But yeah, Jack and Scotty working at it. Scotty wearing some crazy disco pants underneath, like you don't see underneath the desk. So he's wearing some sort of disco pants or something like that. But it was a cool little post. They had them dancing and some goofy outtakes, like Grady pumping iron with a cheesy look on his face, stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. There's Grady with the cheesy look on his face, pumping iron on his Instagram. Yeah, he liked it. Raptors posted it and said, yeah, Grady's got a brand, guys. It's kind of goofy white kid. And in some ways, there ain't nothing wrong with that brand. It's popular with a lot of people. And I'm sure Grady has a lot of fans just from his silly sense of humor and his way of doing things. We got to think about Grady. Grady's going into his third year as an NBA player. This kid is not a kid soon. You're going to be more and more a vet over time, Grady. So let's see you be more vet, even though you can be fun still, too. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, this year's going to be a big one, Grady. And some people say he needs to get on the sauce. No, let him build that muscle on the right way. That's right. That's right. There's a dog, big fan of the glizzy contest. So they were watching the hot dog eating contest yesterday. Joey Chestnut winning, eating 70 hot dogs in 10 minutes, which is absolutely horrible for his body. And yeah, Grady's got a little dog at his house that's dressed up like a hot dog. And that dog, actually, that dog looks scared, Grady. Like, if you make a dog into a hot dog, maybe he thinks you're going to eat him. So he's like, yeah, don't put this on me. I've seen you eat these glizzies, Grady, and I don't want you to eat me as a dog. I'm not a hot dog. I'm just a dog. So please don't eat me, Grady. That's what I'm getting from Instagram stories from Grady Dick. Oh, let's see. Jamal Shead still working hard, man. Jamal Shead, everything he's posting these days is him working out. He's pushing the heavy weights up the street. That's what he's doing right now in this one. Yeah. And that's about it. Yeah. And also the Blue Jays are in first place, the AL East. And Lindsey Dunn's interviewing the Blue Jays. And good job sweeping the Yankees and looking real good right now, Blue Jays. That's right. Blue Jays are in my yard, too, hitting the feeders. And they're awesome. Lots of Blue Jays out here. If I'm keeping score of the baseball in my yard, Blue Jays are beating the Cardinals and getting the bird seed. That's right. That's in the real life bird baseball. G saying you make us proud, Shay. That's right. That's right. He does. And this is the great thing. I mean, it's weird. It's almost like, you guys ever read the old magazine called Highlights? It was a really goofy magazine when I was a kid. And it was a reading magazine for young readers to learn how to read more. And there was always a section in the back called Goofus and Gallant. Have you ever heard of Goofus and Gallant? Well, basically, they were two little blonde white boys who were supposed to be the epitome of like the good and the bad. Goofus was the goofy, not doing things right. And Gallant was the perfect kid who's doing everything right. Well, Goofus and Gallant. Goofus, John Morant. Gallant, SGA. Because in some ways, it's like that's a good example of the difference between like you could be a talent like SGA, Jaw, but you're dropping the ball with your image and the way you're carrying yourself and everything you're doing. But SGA, on the other hand, is doing it all correctly. So I say this like it's a weird thing because I must be serious. A few years ago, I used to get Morant and Gilgeous-Alexander confused. I'm not going to lie. They were both very talented players, and they're both kind of similar position and similar kind of some similarities. I'd say that John Morant is a very different player than him at this point. Well, you can look at the directions of both of their careers and how they went, and you're kind of like, wow, SGA is really getting good fast as a very strong veteran leader at a young age. And then you got John Morant, and you look at see what he's doing. It's night and day. It's night and day. And, it makes me think of that old Highlights magazine, Goofus and Gallant. So Goofus is John Morant and Gallant is SGA because he understands how to do it the right way. That's right. Stargate is here. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Good morning to you, Stargate, the man that beat the machine. Yeah, let's go. G saying SGA goes to the rim the most in the league. He also changes pace as he goes in. I can see how opposing fans would find it annoying, but he goes to the rim so much and so crafty, he gets fouled. Yeah, he also has a very smart way of placing his arms. You got to remember, too, he's quick. So in some ways, it's kind of like martial arts in some ways. Like you want to bring your arms out like this to block, right? But if you're coming in to score in basketball, you want to present your arms in a way that the defender will have to hit your arms instead of the ball, right? So if you hold the ball in certain ways, they will hit your arm for sure instead of the ball. And it's all it is the ref just has to see it at that point. And if you could do it in a very way that there's no denying, and they see it, and then they go and look at the replay, yeah, they're going to call the foul and they're going to be justified in it. So it's a very sneaky thing. And Jordan knew all these tricks too. He knew how to foul bait to a degree and get people to foul him when they didn't really want to. They didn't really want to foul him. So yeah, this is all by design. And it's all very calculated. It's not by fluke. This is stuff that he does, and this is just part of how he does it. That's right. J-Yo's here. Good to see J-Yo. It's been a little while, J-Yo. Good to see you back, man. Hey, if foul baiting was so successful, Embiid and Harden would have multiple rings by now. SGA just won Finals MVP, and scoring title all in the same season, which only Kareem, MJ, and Shaq ever did. Yeah, that's an amazing list right there. Yeah. And I mean, there's different, like, we know that the foul baiting done by James Harden and Trae Young a couple of years ago was absolutely horrible. Kicking your leg out to try and initiate contact on a jump shot at the 3-point line. Like, it was egregiously bad. And so bad that the refs in the NBA changed the rules to penalize James Harden and Trae Young for that kind of crap. I wish they'd still figure out a way to penalize Joel Embiid for his foul baiting and his bullshit down low. But maybe he's just penalized because he's broken for the rest of his career at this point. Who knows? We'll have to see. But yeah, in some ways, it's like, look, this isn't the same kind of foul baiting as Trae Young circa 2 or 3 years ago, or James Harden 2 or 3 years ago. No. SGA ain't doing it the same way as them. Trust me. In some ways, it's weird when you're trying to get fouls with your legs. That just don't seem right. That's foul baiting. If you're trying to get fouls through your legs, it's crazy. Or jumping out, like the way that they try and get foul baits now is kind of like James may jump in the air with his jump shot and try and land on the defender's feet, just so they can say, oh, he didn't give him a landing spot, right? Because that's one of the ways the refs will call fouls now, is if you don't give a clear path for the jump shooter to land and they twist their ankle because they landed on your foot. Well, James will try and jump on your feet from your jump shot just to try and get that kind of call. It's crazy. J-Yo, really good to see you back in the chat, man. Stargate's #1 top fan. This foul merchant narrative they be pushing on SGA is disingenuous. So what is James Harden? What is LeBron? What is Brunson? Heck, even Paulo. People need to stop. Yeah, I mean, it's hating. It's just pure haterade. It's just a form of haterade, and that's all it is. And maybe it's because he's a small market. Maybe it's because he's Canadian. I don't know. Maybe it's because he kicked that person's team's ass. That's probably the likely one. That one right there. I hate him because he beat our team again. I hate him. Western Conference teams hate other Western Conference teams. In some ways, we're not like that over here because we're in the Eastern Conference and all our rivals are over here. But, there's teams in Texas that don't like Oklahoma City. Spurs fans are not big fans of the Thunder Championship. Let's just put it that way. And, a lot of this stuff comes from Nuggets Nation, Rockets Nation, Mavericks Nation, Spurs Nation, Jazz Nation. They're the ones who are complaining that SGA is a foul merchant. It's these fan nations. That's right. That's right. Fiercey's here. Good morning, fam, and happy Sunday. Good morning to you, MJ. Hope you're having a great day. And Cool Cat's checking in also. Good to see Cool Cat in. Good morning, Raptor Free Crew, reporting for duty. There you go. Whoa. We're not militarizing. No. We ain't militarizing. There's enough militarizing in weird, fucked up ways already in this world right now. Yeah, no, we're not. #3 on the top fans there, Cool Cat. Oh, wait, she went to #2. Awesome. Yeah, I don't understand the top fans still. But hey, you guys, you're top fans. Good job. SGA, yeah, we love SGA, Fiercey. I love to see the trophy and the love eyes that you got for him. The star eyes. Cool Cat saying congrats to Shea, the very best baller in the world. Congrats to Lou Dort. Canada is recapturing its rightful role in basketball. Yeah, I don't even know if we ever had this role to recapture. This is new. This is uncharted territory, James Tiberius Kirk. This is where we've never gone before, because the dominance of the Canadian men's basketball team is coming. It's coming. And I'm telling you, this is another side effect of the Oklahoma City championship that I absolutely love. And it's not just them, it's the Pacers guys too. I said it during the finals, and I'll say it again. The experience gained from this finals and this series between the Pacers and the Thunder for the four Canadians prominently in the middle of it is going to go towards Team Canada's success. Seriously. This kind of high pressure stuff, the confidence, the winning of the championship, it really bolsters your drive and your ego and your ability to be top notch. SGA is going to be on another level, guys. I'm going to predict the next time he puts on a Team Canada jerseys. Lou Dort, Andrew Nebhart, Benedict Mathurin, all those guys are going to take that experience and going deep in the playoffs this year. And it's going to really be beneficial to Gordon and Herbert and the Team Canada team. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be fantastic. And not only that, I mean, they're not the only ones. There's other people that are Canadian in the NBA that are striving and achieving and getting better. We're going to have to see what Zach Edey does. Oliver Ryu and the under-19 team playing recently. They did lose to USA yesterday, but they've been winning and doing very, very well. And the future is bright from that age group coming up, obviously, with a 7'9" center named Oliver coming up. So, yeah, Team Canada's really poised to be a power and go to a new place they've never been. I mean, we covered it on the trivia the other day and saying that the highest Team Canada ever did internationally was a silver medal, but it was in the 1936 Olympics. And you got to remember, that's the 36 Olympics. That's way before integration in basketball. And so in some ways, does that silver medal even count that the Canada got in basketball in the 1936 Olympics? So no, we're not recapturing something. We're going somewhere new, and we're capturing something new is what I'm seeing. Yeah. And I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Stargate saying Lakers rejected that trade. It was Dalton and Rui for Andrew. They didn't want it, so it didn't go through. Dalton Connect and Rui Hashimura for Andrew Wiggins, and they didn't take it. Why not? That seemed like a great move for the Lakers. It seemed like the kind of stuff they do. DeAndre Ayton. That's right. That's interesting. So that was rejected. Okay. All right. All right. Wayne's here. Good to see Wayne Strainer, the Sergeant at Arms for the Raptor Freak family. Don't. Order in the court. The Sergeant at Arms is here at this point. Morning, Raptor Freaks. SGA's success and his teammates are even greater since no one can say they won the championship by having a great coach. That's a real burn on Mark Dagnall there. The championship was won under SGA's leadership ability. You know what? I won't disagree with some of what you're saying here. I think that, kind of like last year's finals, the year before with Boston and Dallas, there was a mismatch in this finals. There really was. It should have been a blowout by the Thunder. I'm not lying. Part of the reason why it didn't happen is because the Pacers had the experience, they had the better coach, and they had like certain things going better. And the Thunder could have fumbled the finals easily. In fact, it went all the way to Game 7. And if that Game 7, if the Pacers had just gone all out in the last game, well, that would have been really crazy because the best team in the league with the best record lost to a team of destiny. They came up and stole it from them, and it would be solely a lot of the reason why would be the blame would be on Dagnall. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I agree with Wayne. I think that they won despite the coach. I think the coach did a very bad job most of the series. And that and Wayne's exactly right, that they got carried by SGA's leadership and the defensive intensity of Alex Caruso and Lou Dort and Cason Wallace. And that, it's a testament to a young man, SGA. How old is SGA, guys? SGA is only 26 years old. And in some ways, he's leading like he's a 30-year-old vet. That's tough, because you don't win championships with a young core like the Portland Trailblazers of 77 with Bill Walton, like this Thunder team that won in 2025, unless you have a very, very special ahead player that is very, he's very young, but he is being a true leader, a veteran leader at that age. It's kind of crazy because in some ways he doesn't have the experience to kind of be that leader to the other guys. He's coming with them for the first time. But in some ways, he has to have that confidence and just do it. And in some ways, it's relying on his immensely good talent is what gets him there. But man, Wayne, you were right on this one. I'm going to give you a dump because I think you're right. I think that in some ways, this would have been a blowout series if Mark Dagnall had been a better coach And Rick Carla had been such a good coach. And Pascal Siakam didn't know so much about the finals already. The Pacers might have gotten swept. So good job, Pacers. You did way better than you probably should have. And, Thunder, you're lucky in some ways you won this series because you could have fumbled it easily. So, Wayne Strainer, you're getting a dunk right here, man. You're exactly right with this point. I totally see what you're saying, and I'm with you on it. I'm totally see what you're saying. You're 69, bro. 69 on the dunk charts for Sergeant at Arms Wayne Strainers. There you go. Fiercely saying it's great to see players embracing their journey and happy to come to Toronto. Also great he has ties with RJ as it will smooth the process, just like IQ. Yeah. IQ, it's totally true. IQ may not have been totally thrilled about going to Toronto, but because he was going with RJ, it made it fun. I think Sandro was going to like coming to Toronto either way. International city is great for an international player, regardless of whether we had RJ or not. So, but it's going to be fantastic. I think that Sandro Mamu is going to be a fantastic addition for our team. He's going to go all out and he's going to work really hard and he's going to get the Raptors fans' love immediately. We're going to see stuff he's going to do in the first game he plays for us. And when we're like, yeah, I like this guy. I'm glad this guy's on our team this year. That's how Spurs fans felt like about him the last 2 years. What's going on there? That's right. He equals Mamu. That's right. That's right. Wayne saying, thank you, Trevor J. Thought Summer League started next week. Obviously, it's when our games start, but competition begins today. Merci. Yes, there's different leagues that the Summer League does, and the Raptors are in the Vegas Summer League. But there are Summer League games that are going to go on out in California. They call it the California Classic, and there's the Salt Lake Classic, too, that happens usually in Utah. And they have there's a couple of different little mini Summer Leagues, and they're kind of regional, but they all count towards the same thing. And some of these teams that play in these other summer leagues, they do come and play in Vegas too. So different teams have different amounts. Usually they have about the same amount of games, but yeah, they're going to start today. So if you're jonesing for some basketball action, your basketball Jones will be fixed today. You can watch WNBA, of course, CEBL, but you can also watch Summer League action today, 4:30 p.m. Miami and San Antonio. There you go. Nako's here saying the training Joey Chestnut does is crazy. Dude has insane amount of fiber in the off days. Now, this is something I actually know a bit about because I used to really be interested in competitive eating. I was seriously thinking about being one myself, honestly. I'm a big, huge fan of Kobayashi. Kobayashi is like my favorite competitive eater of all time. The stuff that he used to do back in the day is amazing. Now, the thing is about Kobayashi is he's destroyed his body. He had to retire because he's done such irreparable damage to his digestive system for the gluttony of gorging on hot dogs for such a short period of time. It's just bad. You really screw yourself up. Like the thing that he described it as is Kobayashi says, I never feel good because I always feel, I don't know if he said he doesn't feel full or he always feels full. Like he can't feel right with his digestive system. It either feels like he's never eaten enough or he's always full and stuffed up and he can't eat anymore. So he's in a weird place. And in some ways, Kobayashi's publicly stated that he kind of regrets his competitive eating career because he lives in hell after it. So I can't imagine what Joey Chestnut has done to himself. I mean, that's not natural. And it's dangerous. And in some ways, it's like, okay, go ahead and have this. But, you're famous for it. And you really are. But, yeah, it is what it is. It's weird, man. 70 hot dogs in 10 minutes. And this is the 17th time he's won this championship. That's insane, man. Those are crazy stats, bro. Those are crazy stats. Raykion's here. Good to see Raykion. This has been a little while since I've seen Raykion in the chat. Really, really good to see you. Morning, Summer League soon. Excited. Yeah, I'm excited about it too. I love Raykion's always had that blue Raptors logo on his picture. I remember that from before too. Yeah, Summer League's going to be fun. I really do like our team. I like the fact that out of the 16 players on our Raptors Summer League team, 10 of them have already played for the Raptors at some level. So there's only really 6 new faces. So Coach James Wade is going to have a very a team that already understands itself. This is not common in Summer League, right? Most of the time, Summer League guys that are trying to get in or just rookies. But we had such a big rookie class last year. and we have a pretty good rookie class this year too. That a lot of familiarity will be on the summer league, and we should see a team that connects better than an average summer league team because of the familiarity of Jamison Battle, Jacoby Walter, Jonathan Mobo, and Jamal Shed, Ulrich Shamshay, AJ Lawson, Colin Castleton. These guys all played with each other last year, so they should show a little bit of extra gelled connectivity immediately in the summer league than a normal summer league team, I would predict. So I'm expecting that. Sheddy, you better get out there and run it right, Shed Van Vliet. It's your show. And Jacoby, you get out there and show that you're a top dog. AJ Lawson, you do the same thing. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Seymour's giving the cup to SGA. That's right. Checking in from the Mountain Time in Calgary. Good to see you, Seymour. And the Stampede is going on out there right now. That's right. Kareem saying, I like SGA, but you know I'm conflicted because I'm a Nugget affiliate. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. In some ways, this is an action that we could see from Kareem Thomas, our dunk champion, that, he is a Joker guy. He's a Denver guy. And Nikola, in some ways, is, it's not that they're rivals against each other, but they are in the eyes of the top of the league. Nikola versus Shea. Who is the better player? In some ways, this has been the debate for the MVP the last 2 seasons. The year before, Nikola got it, and a lot of people whined and said Gilgeous-Alexander should have won it. This year, Gilgeous-Alexander won it, and a lot of people said Jokic should have won it. So, I mean, I get it. And he has an affinity for the Nuggets, Kareem Thomas. So it's natural for him to feel the proclivity to want to foul merchant SGA. Yeah, I get it, Kareem. I totally get it. I mean, I get it, man. Totally. Let's see. Fiercely saying Nuggets Nation calling SGA a free throw merchant is wild. The number of times Joker goes to the line is also insane. Good players get fouled, because they have the ball in their hands a lot. And also the strategy sometimes is to foul them because instead of giving them shots that they're going to make, you hit them in the arm and hack them and put them on the line and make it earn them. And that's part of it too that people don't say when it comes to superstars. Sure, there were superstar calls. You breathe on Michael Jordan. You just barely touch LeBron. He goes to the line. But in today's NBA, it's not necessarily like that. It's just that the players that are high usage, that have the ball in their hands a lot, and they're aggressive with taking the ball to the hoop, they're going to get to the line a lot. That's what it is right there. Is if you're aggressive to take it to the hoop, and you're getting high usage, you're going to get a lot of free throw attempts. And that's just how it is right there. That's right. That's it. That's the explanation. Nuggets are getting good players again. I don't think they're getting Valanciunas, though. There's a verbal agreement we're hearing between him and Panathinaikos, and that he will probably walk away from $10 million just to go playing in Greece. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I don't believe this. I think it's like you're bringing Bruce Brown back. Okay. But you had a totally different team when you had Bruce Brown, and this is different. KCP, there's a lot of different players they had on that team, and I'm not going to believe this, man. And the other thing is we got to remember, too, they switched coaches. They got this Finnish guy coaching them now. Or wait, is the other team has the Finnish guy. David Edelman's coaching the Nuggets. The Finnish guy's coaching the Grizzlies. See, even that. I'm just saying, there's going to be changes in Denver, and don't expect everything to just go smooth. In fact, I'm not that totally impressed with their moves, guys. Cam Johnson's going to be interesting there, and he is an upgrade over Michael Porter. I will say that. But there's still a brain drain, and I'm going to talk about this tomorrow on the special report, and the Nuggets will be talked about on the special report tomorrow. So I'll explain this more tomorrow. That's right. There you go. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. Wayne's saying 69 off to Monaco. 69. Oh, because you got the dunks number of 69. You're going to Monaco. Okay. Isaac's here. SGA will be the NBA logo one day. I don't know. That's an interesting prediction. I don't know if that's true. I think that Jordan will be the logo soon. I think that they should make Jordan the logo, honestly. If they're going to update the logo, they should make an iconic Michael Jordan pose the logo. If they really want to do something, maybe my second choice would be Kobe, just because of the sentimentality of losing Kobe so young, and just how popular and how much of an impressive figure he is in the history of the NBA. So I wouldn't say SGA is likely to get this. I would say that it's very likely that Michael will, with a close second behind Kobe, as far as becoming the new logo. I agree. We should update the NBA logo from Jerry West. I mean, I feel sad because Jerry West passed away in the last 2 years, but still, in some ways, I think that they should update the logo. Alan Tam's back, son. Bam. All right, Alan. We gotta forget about the last time we were here. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, $285 million for 4 years. Bam, son. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. Yeah. Yeah, good for him. Good for him. That's right. Nago saying Kobayashi can't keep up with with Chestnut, but didn't they do a face-off recently? But yeah, it's pretty intense on your body. Moving a lot of food in such a short time. Gerald, are you doing experiments with this too in your life? Are you gorging yourself? Do you have aspirations of being a competitive eater like I did once? Yeah, don't do it. You know, used to do that. Remember, Gerald, when we used to go to Ajisen Ramen? I told KK to time me, the manager of Ajisen Ramen at Spadina and Dundes in Chinatown. Yeah, go down there and tell him you know the Raptors freak, Lex. Yeah, you know, we love KK and H. Ajisen. We used to go there all the time. Well, you know what I used to do? I used to get a pork ramen and I would get the big bowl with the pork and the broth and it's hot. And well, I'd time myself and I'd race to eat it. And I'd always try and get my time under 5 minutes. And that's without cooling it off. It's like as soon as it hits the table, I'm on the clock and I had to eat it with the heat of the broth. It's tough, but I had techniques just like they do with the hot dogs. You moisten the hot dog, you put the bun in, and then you eat the hot dog by itself. You know, you have those kind of techniques for each food, whether you're competitively eating wings or whatever. Well, I was competitively eating ramen for a little while, and I was very serious about it. I would go in there and train and eat ramen like 3 or 4 times a week. And I would every single time I would time myself and see how quick I could eat a bowl of ramen. And usually I was under 5 minutes. And KK was impressed. He would watch me. And you know, yeah, that was kind of the last time I was doing competitive eating, but it was just for fun. And it was just to see how quick I could eat a hot pork ramen, like without burning myself. It's crazy. Did you realize I was doing that, Joe? That I used to have competitive eating at Ajisen when we used to go there? Yeah, it was fun, man. That's why he was bringing me all the free stuff all the time. He's like, "Oh, you're good. You're a competitive eater. Here's some spring rolls. Here's a bubble tea." Man, I miss going there. We went there, Gerald. Abram and I went there and ate there the last time I went downtown and hung out with Abram like a month or so ago. It was pretty cool. Old times. A lot of good memories at Ajisen Ramen. Y'all, the straight goods on Canadian goods. If y'all want ramen, even though it's a Japanese company, it's not American. Go to Ajisen Ramen. Ajisen Ramen is locations all over the GTA. They're up in Markham. They're out here in Newmarket. They got a bunch of locations opening up, new ones all the time. Johnny, who runs it, he's the owner. He's an amazing guy. He runs around Toronto. He shows up at the restaurant sometimes. And my guy KK, who runs the one down at Spadina in Chinatown, top-notch place. Amazing guy, amazing food, amazing service. Ajisen Ramen. Straight goods on Canadian goods? Well, Japanese goods. In Canada, it's a Japanese company, but it's not American in any kind of way. So you can feel good eating at Ajisen Ramen. That's right. Ajisen. That's my ramen. That's right. I'm going to have to go to Newmarket and eat at Ajisen Ramen very, very soon. There you go. Straight goods on Canadian goods. Alan's got the money out. Damn. Look at those stacks and those bags. Look at that. And he's got a green tongue. There you go. Wayne's saying not to gross out the freaks, but competitively eating so much meat magnifies worms or parasites in the human body. We Virgos have to run away from that diet. I don't know if astrologically anybody should be doing it. That'd be weird if you had like a horoscope one morning. You got up, you said you're an Aries. You can eat a lot of hot dogs, so become a competitive eater. That's your horoscope in the morning. Whoa, wait a second. You're Virgo. You can't do this. You're gonna get meat parasites. So don't be a competitive eater. That'd be weird if there was like horoscopes like that. And all of a sudden people start doing what their horoscope said. Well, my horoscope said I'm Aries. I need to be competitively eating hot dogs. Okay. All right. You go ahead then. You go ahead. That is gross, man. Seriously. This is something that's true, though. I don't think all y'all know this. Like, it's good to have fiber. It's good to have Metamucil. It's good to flush your system. Sometimes, people eat so much. We just get used to having 3 meals a day that we don't actually digest all the waste out of our body out. That's part of the reason why people have a spare tire. That's part of the reason why people are a little bit overweight. That's why a periodic fasting is actually good for your body. Because honestly, if you don't eat for a certain period of time, your body will naturally go and clear out whatever is in your stomach and start like clearing it out better. But every day, everybody eats and they just eat because it's clockwork. But sometimes you don't actually need to eat because you already got the food in you. And that's what I'm saying right there. To do a juice cleanse or fast, like on purpose, is very healthy for you. Keto your stomach is very, very smart. Like you go on a keto diet and you eat like vegetables and just meat for lunch, it'll metabolize in a certain way and ketosize. And what happens is it will get rid of a lot of the toxins and things in your digestive system, and it all gets flushed out. Now, some people eat a certain kind of diet where stuff just sticks in their intestines, in their digestive system, and it just stays in there. And you'd be shocked the amount of food material that is just sitting in your system that doesn't actually move through. So that's what I say. Fiber, Metamucil. Yeah, these are good things. Intermittent fasting. Yeah, these are good things. Keto diet. Yeah, these are good things. Because in some ways, the body wants to get all the toxins out. But if you're staying out of shape and overweight, this stuff's not getting out. Trust me. And that's why health outcomes can be different for people based on their weight. Seriously. So, yeah, seriously, clear it out. Joey Chestnut's going to have a big, huge hot dog baby running through his body today after all the damn food he ate yesterday. And you think he's going to feel good on his system? Do you think he's going to plug up a little bit? Yeah, he's going to need that fiber. Oh, yeah, he is. And don't even get me started on meat rotting in your body for a while so that parasites could start developing. That's gross. That is gross, Wayne. Very, very gross. And Alan is praying against this. That's what I'm seeing here. Alan is praying immediately after your thing, praying for Joey Chestnut. That's what he's doing right now. Alan Tam is at home praying for Joey Chestnut's lower intestine. That's what's going on right there. Oh, so stupid. Nako saying both SGA and Joker have crafty offense. Them getting fouls makes sense. Yeah, you get thrown the ball. They have the ball in their hands. And like I said, some teams, their strategy is to foul them before they can take the shots and make them earn the 2 shots of the free throw. The hack a shack, In some ways, it's like, oh, we don't want SGA to get going. Let's foul them and make them earn them at the line. Stuff like that. All right, let's see. Sorry for the water break. Reggie's saying if JV leaves, Denver gets the full 14.3 million mid-level exception opened up. See, it would help them in some ways. I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, JV, he'll be a great backup center for Nikola. But if he doesn't do that, well, in some ways it frees them up. And as Reggie was saying yesterday in the Discord server, he thinks that if Jonas goes to Greece and they get this opened up, that it may be Chris Boucher's going to the Nuggets. And in some ways, I don't mind that fit. Once again, I think that Chris could really help them. I'd actually give more credit to the Nuggets being a better team with Boucher on them. And, of course, he has a friend in Bruce Brown that he's already been a teammate with that can kind of help him show the ropes in Denver already. So, I don't mind this move for Chris. And if it makes sense for Chris to be a Nugget this year, well, that might be what we see, guys. That might be what happens here. Yeah, let's see. Smooth saying they can add up to one or 2 players with that, including Chris Boucher. That could be very likely, guys. Nako saying I watch a lot of food challenges on YouTube. Yeah, Man versus Food. Did you ever see that show where that guy Adam used to go to restaurants and find these big food challenges that restaurants have? I used to work at Bird's Aphrodisiac Oyster Shack in Tallahassee, Florida, ran by Jay Bird, an old friend of mine from high school. It's an oyster place, and we'd shuck oysters. But the food item on our menu that Man versus Food was this crazy hamburger. Yeah, it's nasty. It's a crazy huge patty. It's just insane. It's like this big. It's insane. But like people would try, and it was the kind of thing was like, if you can eat that, you get it for free. It's like one of those eating challenges. That kind of stuff is crazy. It's very American. Let's just put it that way. It's very American. Huge portions that, food that you're not probably going to eat all of it. Yeah, that's the American way. And it's part of the reason why obesity is a problem in the United States. I'm not going to lie. Seriously, because their portion size is insane to the rest of the world. I get it. You're hungry. You want to eat a lot. But sometimes y'all's portions are just out of control. I'll just say that. I'll just say that real quick. Yeah. Kareem saying Zach Edey throwing alley oop to Oliver Yu is crazy. I can play point guard. We will win the gold with ease. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. The huge Canadians in the league and coming up. Oliver Ryu, Zach Edey. There's another kid that's 14 that's already 7'5". Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Jeremy. That's his name. Jeremy Go Higher. That's right. He oh, I don't know what is in the water in Montreal. I'm telling you, man, these kids are growing big, 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 big. Wayne saying Kobe won't be due to legal issues associated with him. He got criticized even for winning that literary Oscar. Yeah. I would see you might be right. I mean, there is the whole rape trial bullshit and other things that had to do with Kobe. But the tragedy of his death, in some ways, it's a nice thing to commemorate him. But I guess they've commemorated him in a lot of different ways already. I think it makes sense for Jordan to get it, although Jordan does have some scandals around him too, if you're really being honest here. Yeah, Seymour saying free breakfast, let's go. Yeah, Takora, Sunset Grill, Egg Smart. Not Denny's, guys. Reggie saying, have to think Denver made the JV trade knowing the Greece situation was in the works. If JV stays, they get the best backup 5 in the NBA. If he goes overseas, they get the MLE. Smart. Yeah, it does sound like a no-lose scenario for the Nuggets. Either way. Yeah, it does seem like that. So, yeah, that may be by design in understanding this. I don't know if they knew, though, that JV was actually thinking about going, but they probably should have, or maybe they, they doing their due diligence. I knew before they made that trade that he was talking about it already. So they probably knew too. Let's see. Seymour saying Denver is doing what they need to do to keep Joker. They're going to be good. Imagine Jonas and Joker on the floor at the same time. That doesn't work to me. In that case, it's like Valanciunas is the center and Joker's the point guard or something. I don't know. In some ways, these are two big, slow guys. And in some ways, that I don't know how that works exactly. I don't know how that works. Jamal, Bruce, and Christian Brune or AG, Aaron Gordon. Yeah, I don't know. This team's weird. I won't believe in it yet, guys. I won't believe in it yet. Part of the reason why I don't believe in the Nuggets totally is Jamal Murray, guys. I'm not going to lie. Out of all our Canadian guys, he's the one who least impresses me these days. Seriously. I just wish he had been so goofy at the Olympics last year. Like, I wish he had played better. I know he was hurt on the down low, but he just didn't seem like he was taking things seriously. And I worry that Jamal, being a young champion and getting a championship before any of his personal accolades, he's not an all-star. In some ways, he hasn't done a whole lot with his career other than win a championship with the Denver Nuggets. And that some would say, well, that's enough. Well, I hope that he's not resting on his laurels and say, I'm already a champion. He's not striving for stuff because I don't trust Jamal Murray as far as a player. I know he has these huge playoff games in his past where he's been absolutely huge, but in some ways, he's also shown Gary Trent Jr. kind of energy where he can show up huge for you one day, and then a couple days later, he is absolutely nil to give you in the next game. And that feast or famine with those kind of streak shooters, it really drives me nuts because I like consistency. I like guys that you can bank on every single night when you take the court. They're going to give you a certain amount of points and rebounds. And Jamal Murray is not consistent in that kind of way. And that's why he annoys the hell out of me. In some ways, I want him to be more consistent, Kentucky guy. Seriously, I want you to be way more consistent, kid from Kitchener. Because honestly, I see if you could be more consistent. Maybe it's just the nature of your position and the role that you play. You can't be because the shots aren't going to always fall for a three-point shooter. But man, it drives me nuts. And in some ways, he's the guy on that team that is in the way of them winning to a degree. And it's not just from being a streak shooter and being hot and cold like a Gary Trent or a John Starks in the history of the NBA. It's also his injury problems too. They cannot rely on him to be dependable, to be healthy, is what I've seen in the years since the championship. So, man, he's the guy that I think is in the way of them winning in some ways. I know that sounds crazy in some ways, and I don't like stabbing a Canadian guy in the back, but honestly, Jamal, I'm not liking what you're doing with your career. I want you to get healthy, and I want you to start getting all-stars, and I want you to play really good for Team Canada. In some ways, I don't give a shit what you do for the Nuggets. But when you play for Canada again with the Canadian jersey on there, you better take it way more fucking seriously than you did last summer. That's what I have to say to Murray. Yeah. Yeah. Isaac's got me on blast. I love it, Isaac. Thank you. I thank you. I love the Lex parade. Seymour saying if it's a grown man's game, Champ Holmgren has to hit the weight room. That's right. That's right. I'm gonna say that right once again. Champ Holmgren, yeah, he does. I mean, I've said this for years now. Lock that man in the Mandarin and let him go to town on that buffet and tell him he's not allowed to leave the Mandarin restaurant for 6 hours. You're Chet coming here. You're going to Mandarin. We're in Toronto on the road, and this is a restaurant here in Canada. It's a buffet restaurant, Canadian restaurant. We want you to eat here. Eat. Like, just keep eating. You can't stop eating. We're locking you in the Mandarin. Nobody else will be in there. You eat by yourself. You eat by yourself. Oh, well, let Lou Dort come in there and eat with you so he can hold up the heavy stuff for you, like the championship in the parade. That's right. Yeah, we know you're going to get a heavy plate from the buffet that you can barely lift, so we'll get Lou Dort to spot you. He'll come in there and he'll help you carry the plate to the table. Yeah. And hopefully by the time you're done eating, you'll be strong enough to carry the plate by yourself. That's right. Yes. It's a share the love for SGA, and I'm roasting Chet Holmgren. There you go. There you go. Classic card, Trevor. Yes, we'll do that very, very soon. Nako saying man versus food. Yeah, I saw Eric the Electric is my favorite. Eric the Electric. Who's that? I don't know who that is, man. Man versus food. Yeah, food challenges. It's not a good line of work. Trust me. As a guy who has digestive problems and didn't even do that much competitive eating, yeah, it's not fun, guys. Don't do it. It's not good for you. Let's just put it that way. All right, classic card has been requested by Trevor J. So we're going to put it up right now. And it's fitting. It's a Thunder player, guys. So classic card of the day is a Thunder player. Tell me who this Thunder player is. If you can tell me who that Thunder player is. Full name answer. Give me both names, the first and last name of this Thunder player, and you get the classic card points. I think this is a tough one. So this is at least a 100-point card. If people have a hard time getting this card, well, I might jack up the points for it. But yeah, tell me who this is, guys. What former Thunder player is this? He's not on the team anymore. But yeah, tell me which Thunder player this is. First and last name, get the classic card points. It's 100 right now. But if you guys are really struggling, I might have to jack it up a little bit. 150, 200 maybe, depending on the struggle. If the struggle is real, then the points will go up. Yeah, who is that, guys? I don't want to give any clues right now. That looks like CJ McCollum. Maybe a young CJ, a little skinnier CJ. Yeah, not really, though. It doesn't look like CJ McCollum of the Washington Wizards, guys. By the way, he is on the Wizards now. Who is that? Who is this Thunder player? Come on, where's my classic card aficionados? Do we have Reggie here? Or Slug DZ? Or maybe even Amit Gaming? These are people that would hopefully know the cards here. Let's see. AJ White. It's a good guess, Raykyon. It's a good guess, but it's not right. Let's just say that this player has the same first name as the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah, there you go. There you go. This guy has the same first name as the lead singer of the great band Hootie and the Blowfish. Did I say they were great? I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. But as the band that burned my ears for a while called Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah, if you know the lead singer's name, you know the first name of this player. So yeah, there you go. Smooth saying, I'm not a current player guy. I have to brush up on the knowledge. See, there you go. They're classic card, guys. This is not solely a classic card. That's right. So yeah, this is a tough one. Seriously, I'm gonna officially put up the point total to 150. So if you get it now, you're getting it for 150 points. That's right. We'll bargain on this. That clue's really good, guys. Y'all should know who the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish is, right? I don't want to be with you. Yeah, I don't know the Blowfish's name, but I know Hootie's name. Yeah, if you know Hootie's name, you know who the first name of this player. That's right, Darius. That's right. Kareem knows the first name. So you got the first name of the player, Kareem. You're half-assing, and you have a seagull situation here. Somebody's going to seagull you, man. He's just writing in Darius. No, that's not his name. He has a last name. You just got to figure out what it is. But yeah, the first name is right. Smooth saying, unless they're really well known or a Raptor, I don't know. Wow, Smooth. But you're the trivia champion. How did you do this? How did he do this last year? There you go. Darius Garland? No, that's not Darius Garland. That is a Darius in the league. Isaac Campbell, number 3 on the top fans chart list. Number 3 on the hit list here of charts Dick Clark, American Bandstand. There you go. Darius Baisley. That is it right there. Boom goes the dynamite. He spelled it incorrectly, but it doesn't matter. Only classic guys, man, for me. All right, there you go. Yeah, you flip the E and the L, but that's fine, Kareem. You're going to get it. I think this was tough. So, yeah, 150 for Kareem on a Darius Baisley classic car of the day. Yeah. I don't even remember him. That guy, the Thunder had so many players, like young players all at once in different ways. But Darius Baisley is the clue. Of course, if I make a Hootie and the Blowfish reference, then you guys will know it's Darius Baisley. So, yeah. All right, let's see. That's Kareem Thomas. And he's going to get 150 for that one. Yeah, that was a little bit like pulling teeth. A little bit of a tough classic card today. It is what it is. All right, where are we at? We're about an hour and 15 minutes. Well, we're going to get done soon. You said, I don't want points. I want dunks. Where are you on the dunk list? Let me go do a little look over on the dunk charts and see who's winning in dunks this year. Let's see. Seymour's got 109 dunks. I'm only naming the people who have 100 at least. 141 dunks for Kareem. And those are the only two. Oh, wait, 148. So Smooth technically is leading the dunks right now, 148 to 141 to Kareem Thomas. So Smooth Brown Man is actually the dunk leader right now, guys, just so you know. He got a whole bunch of dunks at once. Also, Stargate is 108 dunks himself, just like Seymour. Seymour has 109. Stargate has 108. So, yeah, those are our four leaders right now in the dunks. Oh, Trevor J has 108 also. So, yeah, top five, Smooth Brown Man, Kareem Thomas, Seymour Pape, Trevor J, and Stargate tied at 108. That's our dunk rankings, top five right there. Yeah, so Kareem, you're 9 or 8 dunks behind Smooth Brown Man for the dunk title right now. And you've won the dunk title all the years so far. This is very weird. Yeah, Smoothie's coming for you, man. He's got to be funny or helpful. And I know Smooth can be funny or helpful also. So we'll have to see who wins this. Seriously. It'll be very interesting. All right, what do I need to do still? All right, quit lollygagging, Lex. Let's get this stream done early today. Why not? Raptors Reddit. Let's see what they're saying. All right, some idiot on there is trying to say this. Does anyone think extending Ingram midseason was a mistake? Ingram was extended midseason for 3 years, $120 million or $40 million annually. During this free agency, we saw a lot of guys taking less money than expected due to things like the second apron and lack of cap space. For example, 4 years at $107 million, $26.7 million for Miles Turner. 3 years, $28 million at 9.3 annually. And Julius Randle is 3 years at $100 million, 33.3 annual. So, all right, I'm going to say this right now, buddy, who posted this. Brandon Ingram ain't these players. He's way better than these players. The only one that is close to him is Julius. And Julius is getting paid just $7 million less than him. Now, Julius has not got totally the accolades that Brandon does as a most improved. And now Julius has been an all-star, I think, once. I think he's been an all-star once. This is totally different level of player. And I think this casual fan on Reddit does not understand how good Brandon Ingram is because he's been hurt for too much the last couple of years. I think a lot of people have forgotten who Brandon Ingram is. And well, this year he's going to have to come back healthy with Dr. Alex Tutledge, and he's going to have to remind everybody just how good Brandon Ingram is. And then you'll realize $40 million is the right price for him. So, yeah, you don't know because in some ways you're basing this on other people. Ty Jerome ain't nothing nowhere near the level of Brandon Ingram. Miles Turner is a great starting center, but, in some ways you shouldn't be comparing him to Brandon Ingram. You should be comparing him to Jakob. And Jakob gets $20 million, and Miles Turner is getting $26.7 million a year. But Jakob's getting bumped up near the end of his extension. He'll be getting more like what Miles is getting in like 3 years from now. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. You got to understand the whole thing, y'all, everything. That's it. And if you don't understand, it is what it is. Somebody on Reddit has the pictures of Shamshay boxing, And they're saying that Shamshe is training to be the team's new enforcer. I think that's true. I think that's very, very true. He needs to know how to punch people in the face because that's very important in the NBA. No, it's not. Kermit Washington, it is not important to do. Somebody here is saying, can someone explain the doom and gloom? Blue Jays are number one in the AL East, and Rogers owns them too. I don't get it. Why are so many people upset about the Raptors? Isn't it a little bit overblown? No, it is a big deal because the success of the Raptors was separate from these entities. And in some ways, we had space to be who we want to be. And in some ways, we're not totally going to have that anymore. And in some ways, I can't totally explain it to Blue Jays fan or casual fan that just doesn't understand this change with Masai leaving. It's not a good thing. Just trust me on this. And hopefully things will be okay and we can be successful still. But it's overall, an L. It's an L. They fired Masai last week. It's an L. That's just how it is in some ways. All right, let's see what else we got on here. Okay, Aaron Rose is a weirdo. I'll say that. That's something on here. All right, enough with Raptors Reddit. There's not enough to react to on there that's not that actually that interesting. So yeah. All right, let's see what else we got. No birthdays today, actually today, guys. Unfortunately, no birthdays today. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're done. Guys. I think I've got everything that I wanted to talk about today. Let me just see who you guys are talking about in the chat. Who does Ross is that guy? Who does Ross is that guy? Darius Baisley? Yeah, I don't know. The guy's not in the league anymore. I know that. That's right. Wayne saying, talking about potential NBA fires, Lakers are gearing up to be sweet. Get the popcorn. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton is not a step in the right direction. Y'all can delude yourself into whatever you want to think, Lakers Nation, but he's going to be a misdirection, wrong step. Yeah, he's going to waste your time. And you guys go ahead and build all your fantasies in your head about what's going to happen with DeAndre Ayton as the starting center for the Lakers. And yeah, you go ahead and have those fantasies. Because they're fantasies. I want to say that right now. They're going to be a fantasy because you ain't going to get what you want from DeAndre Ayton. Trust me. It's just the track record and who he is at this point. So you go ahead and be celebrating Laker Nation. You really, I don't know. I think you're right. Get the popcorn. The dumpster fire will start again this year for the Lakers. All right, let me finish up. Let me do the refs for the games today. The Sparks are at the Fever in Indiana today. Kevin Fahey will be the crew chief. Referee is Jason Alabanza, and the umpire is Jeffrey Smith. So all-male ref crew for the WNBA in Indiana today. Golden State Valkyries are at Minnesota Lynx, the number one team in the league. Eric Bruton is the crew chief. Ashley Gloss is the referee, and Blanca Burns is the umpire. So 2 games on the slate for the WNBA. Make sure you get your WNBA team set up. I'm beating Kareem's butt by 80 right now. Cool Cat is winning by 10 over James. Fiercey is losing to JP. Mike is losing to MK. And Kaz is taking care of business in his matchup with Racemo Daily. So yeah, keep up with your. This is one of the 3 days this week we actually have games. So make sure you get your lineup set because there's only today and tomorrow, and then this week is over. Really weird week, a shortened week of competition right there. That's right, Dumber is what I call him. Dumb and Dahmer. Dumb and Dahmer. That's what we call him. I don't know. Yeah. I did the straight goods on Canadian goods. It's going to be Ajisen Ramen today. So get your ramen from Ajisen, a Japanese restaurant. It's not American. All right, let's go, Raptor Freaks. I'm happy to celebrate SGA's birthday a week early. Fantastic stuff, SGA. All the things I said today, I mean it. And I'm excited to see you blossom more and more and hopefully become more embraced by the NBA proper as the face of the league. Because honestly, you're a fantastic face for the league. You're a great marketing person. You're a great role model. You're a great competitor. who does not pull punches and plays all out. And that's why this is the face of the league, Adam Silver. So get your head out of your ass and start promoting him that way next season. Because seriously, he's the champ, he's the scoring leader, and he is that guy. Whether he's Canadian or not, you better embrace this. Seriously. Because if it's all about that, well, you should use the best ways to make your money. And embracing and platforming and pushing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will make you money. Trust me on that. Seriously. Wayne saying, who's Raptor Freak's favorite WNBA team? Only want to watch who like. It's Toronto Tempo, of course. Yeah, my favorite team is the Tempo. It has been that since they've come into existence. Before we knew the team name, as soon as I heard that Toronto Tempo were getting a team, that's my favorite WNBA team. But if you're asking me classically, my favorite WNBA teams, I always used to like the Seattle Storm. That was one of the WNBA teams that I really like. I've also had a proclivity for the Phoenix Mercury in the past too. Western teams, not really Eastern WNBA teams that I got behind. So I would say the Mercury and the Storm were two of my favorite WNBA teams right there. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Wayne's saying they're not playing yet. Team playing now. Yeah. Phoenix and Seattle. Those are my two favorite WNBA teams. Yeah. I went to Seattle one time. It was on my honeymoon when I got married. And I went to Key Arena and I saw it. And it wasn't, the Sonics weren't there anymore. They had left and gone to Oklahoma City already. But the Storm were there. And I saw how hyped the WNBA was in Seattle. With the NBA not there, it really was their own show. And that was part of the reason why I like the Seattle Storm, is because I went to their arena and saw what the kind of the feel in the city of Seattle was for that team. And it was impressive to me. And the area where the Key Arena is, near the Space Needle and the Jimi Hendrix Museum, is just a really cool touristy part of Seattle. And there's a lot of fun things to do right around that area. So, all right, let's get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching the Raptor Freak stream, Saturday Share Love Club's SGA. Yeah, there's a lot of love to share for Shai Gilgeous, and keep on keeping on. That's right. I don't know if y'all will win again. I don't know if you really do truly have a dynasty, but you got a good shot at repeating, better than a lot of the teams that have won championships in the last couple of years. That's for sure. All right, y'all, have a great Saturday. Get out there and touch grass like Scotty would want you to. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a Sunday report on the shortened championship windows for NBA franchises now, and the new rules on how to get an NBA title. It's totally different in some ways, but it isn't. It's a little bit of a change, and I want to go over it and what I'm seeing in the tea leaves for the future of the NBA and how teams can compete to get Larry O'Brien's, aka Simons. Yeah. All right, Isaac Campbell. I love that. Oh, there's a goat in there. Thank you. That's very nice. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Let's go, Raptors.